For years, the fans have speculated, whispered theories, obsessive rewatches, diagrams, timelines, Reddit black holes. Was Will the key? Was Vecna ever truly gone? Could the Upside Down bleed into the real world permanently? And now, it's happening. The Stranger Things. Season 5 trailer didn't just confirm our suspicions. It validated every fan who dared to dig deeper. The hive mind, confirmed. The return of the Demodogs, they're back and starving. Eddie's legacy, haunting. And that long-standing theory about sound being the ultimate weapon against Vecna, it's not just real, it's central. Theories we called crazy now feel prophetic. Secrets we thought too wild are unfolding right before us. This trailer didn't break the internet, it proved the fans were right all along. And now, let's break it all down. In a world where nightmares bleed into reality and silence is the deadliest frequency, Stranger Things Season 5 doesn't just tease, it detonates. This trailer is no glimpse. It's a full-blown war cry from the other side. It opens with Steve locked onto a rising signal, 100 decibels, and climbing. But this isn't just noise. It's a weapon. Sound, long known as Vecna's weakness, is now being used to bridge realities. Emotion repels him. Music disrupts him. And now, the gang is turning that science into strategy. Signal towers in the Upside Down don't just hint at communication. They scream of a permanent link being forged. What starts as resistance may be the spark that unleashes everything. The trailer centers around a mysterious tower, one that plays a pivotal role in the unraveling of events. Is this the place the group intends to use to pierce the veil between dimensions? Or is this Vecna's desperate attempt to silence the resonance that threatens his dominion? The presence of antennas in the Upside Down confirms that sound is traveling across planes. We've never seen this level of tech or strategy before. Could this be the permanent portal? A frequency-based bridge to expose Vecna's world to ours. And if sound can connect the worlds, could it also unravel the hive mind that binds the Flayer, Vecna, and the Upside Down together? This destruction isn't just tactical, it's personal. Vecna is under attack from the very forces that once rendered him omnipotent, and the cracks are showing. The group has a plan, and Vecna knows it. And then, the trailer slams us with a countdown. Cold, clinical, devastating. Echoing over visuals of Hawkins Public Library being torn apart as a gateway to the Upside Down rips reality open. Soldiers, armed with flamethrowers, descend into chaos. They aren't trying to contain the breach, they're trying to burn it, to eliminate the anomaly with brute force. But here's the catch. Burning the portal might not close it, it could expand it. We know from Season 4 that the hive mind is connected to all of it. The flare, Vecna, the creatures. If one thread is pulled too hard, the whole web could collapse. Or, worse, retaliate. This burn may be the government's last-ditch solution, but it could also be Vecna's trap. They think they're sterilizing Hawkins. What if they're igniting the apocalypse? The decision to fight fire with fire could backfire in the most biblical way possible. The Hawkins we knew is gone. The town is now a militarized war zone. Martial law rules the streets. Outsiders are gone, communication is severed, and paranoia festers. This is no longer a suburban mystery. This is a siege. The military's obsession with 11 hasn't faded. If anything, we see her on the ground, cornered, vulnerable, while Hopper, ever the protector, hurls grenades in a desperate defense. Bullet holes, soldiers, chaos. It's clear they're hunting her down. But why? Do they believe she's a threat or a tool that must be reclaimed at any cost? 11 has gone into hiding, and with her, the group has found refuge in what appears to be a radio station or secret facility, somewhere off-grid. They're not just hiding, they're planning. They're listening to military broadcasts, not to cooperate, but to anticipate. This is where the counteroffensive begins. The stakes are no longer personal, they're planetary. And 11? She's not done fighting, not yet. If the trailer tells us anything, it's that the Hawkins Public Library is more than a building. It's ground zero. The breach into the Upside Down originates there, and it's being fortified, surrounded, and eventually invaded. We catch glimpses of Jonathan, Nancy, Steve, and Dustin, each determined, each scarred, making their way through the breach. The group isn't running anymore. They're infiltrating. And what follows is pure emotional devastation. Jonathan shares a line with Nancy that might as well be a eulogy. After what we've been through, this thing ties us together forever. But that line isn't just poetic, it's prophetic. Later we see Nancy alone, blood on her hands, her face hollowed by grief. There's only one conclusion to draw: Jonathan doesn't make it. A shot of him and Nancy observing a bizarre, evolving structure inside the Upside Down makes us wonder, did they split from Steve and Dustin? Did that decision cost Jonathan his life? Every glance, every silence, every tear tells us something has been lost forever. One of the most quietly devastating moments in the trailer involves Dustin and a grave. Eddie's grave, his name defaced. "Burn in hell," scrawled in anger. The town still hasn't forgiven Eddie for Chrissy's death. They still believe he was the monster, but Dustin knows better. Later in the trailer, we see him battered and bruised, and it's not from a creature. It looks personal, human, like he stood up for Eddie's name and was punished for it. Dustin's arc is shaping into something tragic. He's caught between grief and fury. Eddie's death haunts him, and the town's ignorance ignites a new kind of rage. Dustin isn't just fighting monsters anymore. He's fighting memory. In a world that refuses to honor the truth, Dustin has become Eddie's final defender. This emotional subplot doesn't get the spotlight, but in the chaos of gods and monsters, this is what keeps Stranger Things human. One boy, one friend, one defiance that could shake a town's hatred to its core. Max remains in a coma, still, unmoved, unawakened, her eyes shut, her fate uncertain. Lucas stands by her hospital bed where a tape deck sits quietly beside her. Presumably, it holds Kate Bush's life-saving anthem. One last hope that the right song might jolt her back from the abyss. But we already know it may not be enough. In a chilling scene, Lucas is seen carrying Max's unconscious body away from danger. The Upside Down has launched its assault, and she's completely unresponsive. The Demodogs are back, ripping through Hawkins like rabid hounds of hell. And Lucas, heartbroken and helpless, is trying to save someone who's already slipping away. It's gut-wrenching. Max was our fighter, our rebel, our spark. Now, she's a symbol of loss, of hope, of everything that still hangs in the balance. The war isn't just in Hawkins. It's inside these characters. And Max, she might be the one soul no one can bring back. Hopper tells her, "I need you to fight one last time." And with that, 11 sinks back into the tank, into the void. The sensory deprivation chamber is once again the gateway to confrontation. Her powers have grown. We see her levitating, her telekinesis charged with an intensity we've never witnessed before. This isn't the same girl who fled from lab rooms. This is the warrior forged in trauma. But Vecna is waiting, and worse, he's watching. "Found you," he whispers. It's a line that chills the soul. Because he's not just talking to 11, he's talking to Will. Will Byers, haunted, sidelined for seasons, is about to become central again. The anniversary of his abduction looms, and the darkness is closing in. The showdown between Vecna and Will was long overdue. And now, it's inevitable. 11's power may have returned, but the stakes have changed. This isn't just about stopping Vecna. It's about finding the soul Vecna's always wanted. And he's finally within reach. Will is sensing it again. That chill at the nape of the neck. That looming shadow. We see him among students walking through what looks like a reopened school. One may be set up by the military. But he's not truly there. His body may be. But his mind, it's back in the dark. Will clutches the back of his neck just as he did in Season 4, right before Hawkins cracked open. Vecna's presence is back in his life, and this time it might be permanent. The trailer hints that Will face him, not just physically, but spiritually. The boy who was the first to fall into the upside down may be the last chance the world has to close it. A full circle prophecy. Vecna gets to him, perhaps while he's unconscious, and the war becomes internal. It's been building to this. Season 5 isn't just about 11 versus Vecna. It's about Will, forgotten, ignored, becoming the final battlefield. As we reach the trailer's crescendo, we see the real horror. Vecna reborn, emerging from a wall of flesh, peering into the real world for what seems like the first time since his transformation. But this isn't the Vecna we remember. He's scorched skeletal, his bones sharper, his movements slower but more lethal. Fire surrounds him, his eternal weakness. Yet, somehow, he survives it. Someone attacks him with flame. But is it enough? We don't see his face. We don't need to. The sound of his emergence sends shivers down the spine. He's been healing, growing, preparing. And now, he's here. Not in the upside down, but here among us. That wall he peeled open? It may be his last portal. And the burn? It may not have sealed him out. It may have invited him in. The true horror of this season isn't the monsters we've faced before. It's the idea that we brought them back. With fire, with fear, with desperation. This season is war, a final stand. A quest to kill Vecna, obliterate the Mind Flayer, and sever Hawkins' cursed connection to the Upside Down once and for all. And yet, the trailer gives us only whispers of what's to come. Jonathan's death is hinted but not confirmed. The military's crackdown is terrifying but unexplained. The radio tower and sound waves are mysterious but vital. The truth is, the trailer is a ticking time bomb of secrets. And it leaves us with more questions than answers. And so, there you have it, the Stranger Things. Season 5 trailer didn't just show us what's next, it dared us to brace for what we can't unsee. The war for Hawkins has begun. The ghosts of the past are clawing through reality. And the sound? It's not static, it's a signal. From William, from Max, from 11, from the gate that's still wide open. Vecna is coming, the fire is coming, and we're not ready. But we'll watch, and we'll feel, and when November arrives, we'll witness it all. Until then, turn up the volume, stay awake, and remember, the burn begins in 5,